నాకు ఒక ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ 1 minute టైం కావాలి లైవ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసుకోవడానికి. ఆలోపు మీరు గెస్ట్ తో రెడీగా ఉంటే
నువ్వు 3 నిమిషాలు తీసుకో బాసు.
ఓకే.
నేను కూడా కొంచెం రిలాక్స్ అవుతా. ఇందాక ఆఫీస్ వర్క్ కంప్లీట్ చేశాను. Just keeping everyone posted that sometimes, just in the interest of the editing, I may take small gaps and give the editors the instructions in case going here and there. So kindly bear with me. So we are all proponents of peace, so you'll understand. Very good morning. I'll have to take a little time because I'm going to introduce this program and UN and Heartfulness and also all of you guys one by one. I'll just give your introduction and say hello to you. Just you can say your words, and after that we will start the agenda for tomorrow. Lalish,
ఒక్క నిమిషం
తీసుకో నీ టైం తీసుకో, 2-3 నిమిషాలైనా పర్లేదు, బట్ నాట్ టూ మచ్ ఆఫ్ టైం. Sorry friends, I got delayed because my internet had issues. Suddenly it stopped. I had to just go back and forth.
స్పీకర్ వ్యూ పెడదామా అలానే గ్యాలరీ వ్యూ పెడదామా?
ఫస్ట్ నాది గ్యాలరీ వ్యూ ఉంటే బెటర్. ఫస్ట్ ఐ విల్ బి
జస్ట్ ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేసినప్పుడు పెట్టేసి మిగతా అంతా స్పీకర్ పెడదామేమో.
మిగతా అంటే no first will be introduction about the program and then Heartfulness and UN, and then little bit about tomorrow's event also, just as per the just can Krishna ji
చెప్పండి.
మీరు తెలుగేనా? ఇప్పుడు నేను యాక్చువల్లీ రేపటిది కొంచెం లైట్ గా చెప్పచ్చా, లేకపోతే అది మీరు చెప్తారా?
ఎలా అయినా పర్వాలేదు. యూ కెన్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ ఫ్యూ వర్డ్స్ అండ్ ఐ కెన్ ఎలాబరేట్.
చాలా పేర్లు ఉన్నాయి, నేను చూసి చెప్పాలి.
I can say the ambassadors' names and introduce them as part of the program. That's fine, no problem.
Just రేపు ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉందని చెప్తాను, తర్వాత I will introduce all of you guys one by one with your esteemed introductions. And the moment I introduce, I'll say welcome to the show. మీరు ఫ్రేమ్ లోకి వస్తారు, whoever I have introduced.
Okay.
And just say hello to everyone. Hello to the Mana TV International and TV5 viewers. Okay. If there is any short message if you want to give in the beginning, you can. Or else I'll move on to the next speaker. And once I'm done introducing, all of us will be in one frame. And then I'll ask questions about tomorrow. I'll just get the questions from you guys. What is going on. And from what you say, probably I will get some stimulus.
Okay.
Start అయిందా లాలిష్?
లేదు, నేను చెప్తాను.
ఓకే
అంటే 9:15 ఇద్దామని, అంటే నా టైమింగ్లో ఒక ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీగా 11:45 ఇస్తే కొంచెం బాగుంటుంది కదా అని, ఇటు కాకుండా అవుతుంది కదా.
కరెక్ట్.
అది ఇచ్చిన స్టార్ట్ చేసి
So Chris, you are in which location?
I'm in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, wonderful. Krishna garu, you are in New Jersey, kada?
I'm in New Jersey, yeah.
Shashank ji, you are in Chennai, or
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Ricky, you are in Bombay?
In Bangalore.
How long will this be before we start? Because I have another appointment in about half an hour.
Let me. This will be for an hour.
Oh. So can I leave after half an hour?
Yes, please. You can.
Okay, sure.
So I will introduce you first, then, because you're leaving, and yeah, I mean you can give a message, and after that, probably in the interest of time. Lalish is facing a small technical difficulty. That is the situation. He will be up and running in another 2 minutes.
1 minute exactly.
Oh, okay.
చివరిగా ఒకసారి మీరు యూట్యూబ్లో మన టీవీ లైవ్ అని కొట్టండి, మీకు లింక్ వస్తుంది, అది షేర్ చేయండి. అంటే మీకు
షేర్ చేయాలా?
చేయండి, అంటే వ్యూస్ వస్తాయి కదా, అంటే గెస్ట్లకు కానీ ఎవరికైనా చూసే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు.
నాకేం రావట్లేదే.
నేను పంపిస్తున్నాను. మన టీవీ లైవ్
అంటే ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ వెళ్తుందా ఇది? అంటే మన టీవీలో వెళ్తుందా? యూట్యూబ్ దాంట్లో వెళ్తుంది. ఓకే.
యూట్యూబ్ లో కూడా వెళ్ళదు, ప్రోమోలు రన్ అవుతుంటాయి, మన యాడ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, వన్స్ మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేయగానే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. అర్థమైందంటే ఇప్పుడు ప్రోమోస్ వస్తాయి అన్నమాట, యాడ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదన్నా, యాడ్స్ ప్లే అవుతా ఉన్నాయి మీ షోకి ముందు. వన్స్ మీరు షో స్టార్ట్ కాగానే ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ మీరు వెల్కమ్ టు అనగానే స్టార్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. మీకు ఒకసారి లింక్ వచ్చింది చూడండి. ఓకేనా? ఆడియో మ్యూట్ అయింది, మళ్ళీ మీది ఒకసారి మాట్లాడండి, అంటే కొంచెం డిలేగా తీసుకుంటుంది ఎందుకో. మీ ఇంతకుముందు మాట్లాడారా మీరు?
నా ఇంటర్నెట్ కొంచెం ఐ డోంట్ నో వై ఎవ్రీ డే ఇట్ ఇస్ గుడ్, బట్ టుడే ఇస్
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే. అంటే కొంచెం మీరు ముందుగానే ఫాస్ట్ గా ఉంటే ఓకే. మీకు లింక్ వచ్చింది కదా, అది షేర్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్. Yeah, ready? Ready? 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cue.
Hello friends, I'm your favorite host Sharad. Today we are raising the curtain for International Day of Peace, that is tomorrow, September 21st, 2020, in a peaceful collaboration with Heartfulness and United Nations. We will have wonderful speakers today, namely Ricky, Shashank, Krishnaji, and Chris. Before that, let me introduce Heartfulness and UN before we embark into this lovely journey of sorts of peace. Heartfulness is an educational and volunteer-based nonprofit organization focused on meditation, relaxation, yoga, and spirituality. It offers free meditation classes. Kamlesh Patel, also known as Daji, is a current Heartfulness guide. The United Nations is an intergovernmental organization that aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation, and be a center for harmonizing the actions of nations. What a treat for us. And incidentally, it is the 75th year of the inception of both Heartfulness and United Nations. So kudos to both the organizations. What a beautiful serendipity for international world of peace for us. The program will be hosted by the famous Bollywood celebrity Shekhar Kapoor, who is an Indian film director, actor, and producer, known for his works in Hindi cinema and international movies. The guest speakers and dignitaries are the famous personalities and proponents of peace and spirituality, namely Daji, Sister B.K. Shivani, Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's my favorite as well, Javier Zanetti, Bob Boyster, Sharon Salzberg, and Amandine Roche. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, September 21st, 2020, these giants will talk about how peace can empower humanity at large in their own unique idiosyncratic fashion. As today's program will be oriented by the members of Heartfulness, let me give a little brief of Heartfulness and the members. In our curtain raiser today, we have 4 esteemed guests who are members of Heartfulness and highly evolved in the inner world of spirit and esoterics, and are proponents of peace, love, and benediction. They will discuss and expound on how colorfully tomorrow's main event on world peace will be orchestrated. Today, our guests are, let me spill the beans, friends. Christopher Mills, Maestro Shashank Subramaniam, Dr. Krishna Linga, and virtuoso Ricky Cage, who are all members of Heartfulness and staunch meditators. So hello, friends. Welcome to this curtain raiser. Firstly, we have Chris Mills. Hello, Chris. How are you doing today?
Good to see you. Doing great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on this curtain raiser. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you came to come and spread the word of peace today. Let me introduce you. Chris is a practitioner, instructor, and student of Heartfulness meditation, which he has been practicing for over 25 years. As a meditation trainer, Chris has traveled throughout North America and Europe, facilitating workshops to enhance innovation, creativity, and conscious living. Chris also consults with businesses on development of relaxation and meditation-based wellness programs. Professionally, Chris is a digital marketing director for a leading US healthcare company. As well, Chris is the head of the corporate programs of Heartfulness. So welcome, Chris, once again. So any initial words for this day?
Well, first of all, I just want to warmly invite everybody, the entire audience, to participate on the International Day of Peace. It's September 21st. We begin at 8:00 p.m. where we are celebrating peace with renowned peacemakers. We'll go through that list of the presenters. Then at 9:00, we're coming together to create peace. So I am warmly inviting everyone to participate in this. It's an opportunity for the world to come together to create peace.
Thank you for such a lovely message and for tomorrow's orientation. And jumping into the next dignitary speaker of the day, Maestro Shashank Subramaniam. Shashank, welcome to this curtain raiser.
Thank you. Truly a pleasure to be here with you all. And I've been a Heartfulness member for
Absolutely.
nearly, yeah. So it's always been a great pleasure to be associated with Heartfulness, and especially on this beautiful day. Yeah.
Thank you. Maestro Shashank Subramaniam is a child prodigy and especially a Grammy-nominated renowned exponent of the bamboo flute from India and specializes in Indian classical music. Shashank is a recipient of the Sangeet Natak Academy's Senior Award by Government of India bestowed by the Honorable President of India for the year 2017 at an investiture ceremony held at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Welcome, Shashank. Any initial words of peace for us and how you're going to orient today's program and your words for tomorrow? A little bit. Anyway, we're going to talk about it more and more.
Well, I was not so prepared, but I think music is always a medium of peace. And come what may, music has always been something that has brought together the community at large in difficult times especially. And this year has seen, although musicians are out of work in physical spaces, I think musicians have all the more been, I would say, more valuable than ever. So in bringing together and keeping peace amongst all the music lovers and the communities at large. So music is always a great ambassador of peace, I would say. Just like meditation is.
Wow, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't love music? And definitely, I mean, it's a lovely message, synthesizing music and peace together. Thank you, Shashank.
Thank you.
For, welcome here. I'm glad we have you on this curtain raiser. I'm jumping on to the next dignitary speaker. Welcome, Dr. Krishnalinga. How are you doing today?
Namaskar, thanks, Andy. I'm doing fine.
Thank you so much. Dr. Krishnalinga is the president and CEO of Infort Inc., Princeton-based electro-optical components and subsystems research and development company for aerospace, defense, and military applications. Dr. Linga has been practicing heartfulness meditation for more than 15 years and is a certified heartfulness trainer. Currently, he is also the secretary of Sri Ramchandra Mission, an organization that institutionalized heartfulness meditation practice for more than 70 years. Welcome again, Krishnaji. Please give us your words of peace before we embark about tomorrow's lovely program.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy. Andarki Mana TV and TV5 ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ నమస్కారం. రేపు 8 గంటలకి ఈస్ట్ కోస్ట్ టైమ్ we are actually embarking on a peace message through global peace, through individual peace. So the idea is to basically two parts. One is to celebrate peace, and the second is to actually meditate and bring inner peace to all the individuals throughout the world. So I welcome all the viewers of Mana TV and TV5 to make use of this opportunity and participate in this peace event tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Thank you. That's so helpful, Krishnaji. And I hope a lot of viewers and people who are passionate about meditation and spirituality, and especially those who are looking for peace, will be benefited. So thanks for letting your words of peace out for all the viewers of Mana TV. Thank you especially for this lovely message.
Thanks, Andy.
And our last but not the least guest speaker, dignitary speaker, is in guest lens, it is the virtuoso Ricky Cage. Ricky, welcome to this curtain raiser.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Let me introduce you. Virtuoso Ricky Cage is an Indian composer, music producer, and environmentalist. In 2015, he won a Grammy at the 57th Annual Grammy Awards for his album Winds of Samsara in the Best New Age Album category. The project, his 14th student album, had made a debut at #1 on the US Billboard New Age Albums chart in August 2014, a first for a person of Indian origin. His album, Shanti Samsara, World Music for Environmental Consciousness, was launched on November 30, 2015 at the 2015 United Nations Climate Change Conference by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and then French President Francois Hollande. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again, Ricky.
Thank you.
I didn't know that you composed music on New Age because I'm as well not a proponent, but I love the New Age modalities and people in different areas of interest of esoterics. So
New Age is just a genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Age is just a genre of music, actually, in the sense that for me, I've always been a musician and I've been an environmentalist my whole life. And now I make music only on the environment. So it's on a cross section of genres. I make music only on the environment and creating positive social impact. And so that's my life and that's what brings me peace.
Wonderful, wonderful. And before I just switch to other speakers, just tell me how was your, because we have to talk more about tomorrow's event too, but I'm just curious, you won the Grammy. How did that feel? I mean, did it give you impetus to win one more Grammy, or, I mean, what is your core in your heart?
See, of course, it felt nice to win the Grammy because the Grammy feels like an unattainable dream, and and it felt really good to actually win it. But at the end of the day, every award has to be looked at as being a platform for doing bigger and better things. Because an award should not be looked at in terms of vanity that, yeah, I won an award or whatever. So for me, every single award that I win, it is all about about using that award as a platform so that I can make bigger and better music and also reach my message of positive social impact to as many people in as many parts of the world. So that's what the Grammy has done. It's given me a platform. It's opened doors for me so that I've got a louder voice and I have more impact with the kind of music that I'm making.
Any words of peace for our Mana TV International TV5
I think you're muted.
Sharath garu, we can't hear you.
Lalish?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, I think it's my internet. Yeah.
Okay.
Ricky, any words of peace for our Mana TV International viewers before I actually start asking you guys the questions of tomorrow and tomorrow's giant orientation by Heartfulness.
So I've always believed that peace for me, at least in my mind, is all about coexistence. And if you look at Indian culture, we've got at the heart of our culture, at the heart of our traditions, we have the Sanskrit phrase Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which literally means the world is one family. And nowadays, when we think about the world is one family, the only thing that comes to our mind is living in peace and harmony with Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, basically different parts of the human race. When the true meaning of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam has always meant that living in absolute peace and absolute harmony with every single entity on this planet, whether living or non-living. So it's not just coexisting with all life, but also going one step further and coexisting with, the land we walk on, the air we breathe, the water we drink, basically the elements of nature. So, and it's not just Indian culture, but any ancient indigenous culture anywhere in the world has always defined coexistence as living in peace and harmony with all entities living and non-living. So that is what I believe is peace is all about. If we can learn how to coexist, then I guess, peace is not a problem at all.
Your audio again.
Yes. Am I audible right now?
You're better now.
Yes.
I think there's something. I mean, I think I have to. Is it Lalesh? Fine.
We can hear you now.
Okay. Alrighty. So tomorrow is the big day, International Day of Peace, and Heartfulness and UN are doing a wonderful job for everyone who's seeking peace. Krishna ji, can you tell more about tomorrow's event? I mean, how it is going to be undertaken by Shekhar Kapoor ji, and what are the kinds of efforts that have been put in, and how the team have orchestrated the whole thing, and some insights.
Yeah. So basically, tomorrow's event is a togetherness. Together, we all bring peace and celebrate peace. That is the whole theme of the actually United Nations also for this year's Peace Day, International Peace Day. So togetherness in the sense that Heartfulness is offering a platform for all the people, all the individuals who embrace peace to come together at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And so first, the program will have two parts. The first part will be to listen to all the leaders and entertainers that have embraced the peace and who are social influencers, just like Shashank ji and Ricky ji. And we have organized this into different segments. We have from spirituality, the spiritual teachers, Amma, Sister B.K. Shivani from Brahma Kumaris, and beloved Daji from our own Heartfulness, Sri Ramchandra Mission. And from the sports, we have Phil Jackson, who is the basketball coach in the US. And also we have Xavier Zanetti and Marta Bassino from Italy, who is an Italian ski racer. And from the science, we have Deepak Chopra and Dr. Bruce Lifton, who is a thought leader and who has written numerous books on spirituality. And from the film personalities, we have Shekhar Kapoor, as you mentioned, who is actually a moderator of this event for tomorrow. And we have our own here, Ricky Cage, who is a Grammy Award winner, which you introduced. And from the music, we have Shashank ji. And so we have put together from all different societies, the influencers that embrace the peace and take the peace seriously, and to come together. And so we listen to all these leaders and influencers, thought leaders, and change makers, you can call, and to promote the peace throughout the world. And then we all at 9 o'clock tomorrow and sit down and go through the meditation for the world peace. So that is the event, 1 hour program followed by a meditation.
Will it be a guided meditation?
Yes, it will be a guided relaxation and meditation.
Krishna ji, out of my interest, I mean, do you meditate every day, and which modality you practice?
Yeah, I meditate every day. We all actually, people who practice heartfulness meditation, meditate every day morning, whatever time we can get, half an hour. And then evening, we also meditate in the evening before we go to bed. And it's a simple practice. And I've been practicing for more than 18 years now. And I take this very seriously. And this has bring enormous change personally within me. And it also helped my career, improved my efficiency and the way I think, the way I perceive the events that comes on my way. So individually, personally, it helps me enormously. That's why I take it very serious.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. I mean, that was very helpful information, Krishnaji, about tomorrow and your practice of meditation. And I'm pretty sure the viewers definitely, even though it's a curtain raiser, they can. I mean, if they gain a lot of knowledge and gain enthusiasm to actually start meditating and move toward spirituality. That was really helpful. In the interest of time, Shashank Ji, he said that he has to leave. So I'll ask him a couple of questions. You're involved in the event tomorrow, Shashank Ji. I know that there are a lot of things you're going to do tomorrow, but can you tell some tidbits, a little bit about what you're going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think, is a collaborative effort between me and a wonderful composer from Germany. His name is Mike Herting. We were part of this concert for Leipzig Philharmonic, and Mike and me have a few albums as well. So it's basically Indian classical music with harmonies from the West. So as Mike explained earlier in the interview, for musicians, especially Europe, it teaches harmony to them a lot because they have learned to harmonize music, and they've also learned to play in orchestras along with varied instruments. There's nothing like almost a solo performance. They've always in an orchestral setting, which involves coordinating and cooperating with many different artists. So it's going to be an interesting thing, especially peace. At the moment, at least, it needs the cooperation, coordination of everyone, and peaceful coexistence is the need of the hour. So I think tomorrow's work will just signify that. How we can bring together various different elements which can coexist peacefully and promote peace.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, as a musician, I mean, you're going to, exhibit your skills and talk about peace. But just a different question, because there are a lot of other guests also, like Bruce Lipton, and who is a wonderful author and a spiritualist, and football players and the like. So, in your words, tell me how different professions or different people from different idiosyncrasies can come together, and how do they perceive peace, or how do they synergize things together?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Sorry, I lost you for a minute. Okay. Well, I think broadly, as I've seen as a musician, people who do not think too much about their personal religion and put spirituality as a path of their life have always found this balance to come together on any platform for that matter. So as long as, for instance, if you see many of my colleagues in Europe or even the US or wherever, many of them do not believe in religion. They believe in rule of law, a peaceful coexistence, doing their bit for the environment and following the law. That kind of puts everything in the right perspective immediately. Everybody comes together that very moment. You can say they will start achieving peace. So, I mean, I think I would personally say, if we are all sincere to our professions and keep that as a goal and be in the path of spirituality, I'm sure we can achieve peace effortlessly.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And what modalities you do? And so you're the member of Heartfulness as well, right, Shashank?
Yeah, for about 25 years now. Yeah.
Wonderful. Which modality do you follow? I mean, how many hours you recommend people, or how many hours you practice a day?
See, I have heartfulness on one side. For me, music also means very similar things as heartfulness, because music is also a kind of meditation for me. So, I
I
think
agree.
heartfulness has taught me a lot. I do about half an hour or 1 hour a day, depending on where I am. The best is when I travel, because I'm on the flights most of the times. That's the best place for me to meditate, because I have all the time for myself um, in a usual travel day. But yes, I think I have seen personally heartfulness grow so much from the times I joined to today, because people have seen uh, it makes a visible difference to them, and there have been so many people of such varied backgrounds that are part of this, and I have seen them all come together so beautifully. I think that is one great thing about heartfulness that I have noticed since the 90s that I've been part of this.
Wonderful.
I think
That's
everybody should, if the specific answer to your question is, I think everybody should develop his own balance of how much and how long he likes to meditate, and how he would like to think of heartfulness and meditation. Because everybody has a very personal experience to themselves.
absolutely. I agree with you, Shashankji, because I mean, in these times of stressful time, especially the pandemic, it's taking a big toll on people. So I'm absolutely in lieu with your words that some form of peace giving techniques like meditation and prayer have to be inculcated in daily lives, and
Absolutely. And
especially, yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I
And
interrupted you.
I'm saying, especially when you are a musician, that combination of meditation and playing music, I think it kind of weaves a lovely air of peace around you, and definitely around others as well, because you're propagating words of peace, and also the sound waves around. I mean, I know you
See,
have
for
millions of
musicians
fans around the world.
especially, the inner peace is an absolute requirement. You can't create music unless there is that silence and that peace and that calmness within you. Because a restless musician can almost not make, at least Indian classical music needs a lot of peace within you, because raga music is often not a thing that you can just begin and just end somewhere. It has, one has to be at peace with himself. So the peace begins within you as a musician. It has to.
Right. I mean, I love that word, that phrase, peace begins within you. I mean, I think, it's definitely
And,
something which is
and I'm
stirring
sure
me
that
up
is the
inside.
truth for every profession for that matter, but more so for musicians.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for such a lovely message. And the way you have put it is very beautiful, Shashank. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Chris, you are the corporate head of all the programs for Heartfulness. And tell me your contribution for tomorrow, and also your association with Heartfulness, and how you're involved for tomorrow, or altogether, and how Heartfulness and your practices have bring about a paradigm shift or transformation in your life.
Right, I've been meditating for 26 years now. And I'm originally from Oklahoma, the middle of the US, moved out to California in the early 90s, and went through kind of a rough time, you could say, a lot of anxiety. I had a job that I wasn't well suited for, didn't have a place to live, one thing after another. Had so much anxiety, I developed stomach issues. And I met a friend who was meditating, and she invited me to the group meditation, and the price point was great because it was free. So I went and tried out this group meditation. And I noticed when I went to the meditation, my stomach issues cleared up. I felt good for about a day or so. So what I would do, I developed a very natural discipline. I would go to the meditation on Sunday. I'd feel better. I'd go back on Wednesday for the group meditation in the evening. I felt better. To get to Friday, at that point, I would meet with an individual instructor. I did this for a few months, and what I found is that my stomach issues and my anxiety cleared up. But more importantly, the way I thought, my thinking began to slow down. And really also my thinking became more elevated. You know, I became more inspired. And meditation after that just became a part of my life. So I meditate daily, but I don't think of it as something that I have to do. It's just a natural routine. And when I'm sharing my meditation experiences with people, I just try to encourage them to take the pressure off, just to try it even for a few minutes, to get into the habit of sitting down and quieting your mind. And that's the beauty of the presenters tomorrow. So we have heartfulness presenters that meditate on the heart, but we are inviting people from a full range of spiritual and contemplative practices. So I think that is a real game changer. We're bringing communities together tomorrow to share in peace. So heartfulness is a practice, and boy, it has been a game changer for me. It really has created a cosmic shift. So starting off in that first few months of just getting more peace in my heart, being able to function as a human, you know, but with the years of practice, it really has been a big change. It's impacted my family. It's impacted my approach to work. And about a few years ago, about 4 years ago, I started working really closely with corporations. So there's been a huge need in the corporate world for meditation and wellness practices. There is an epidemic of stress at the corporate level. People are burnt out. And now with this quarantine, you find people working from 6 in the morning all the way through 11 o'clock at night without taking breaks. So how do you manage this? How do you get through the day when you're getting bombarded with emails, conference calls, and you're constantly on? So from a brainwave perspective, we're in the state of beta, which is an active brain state. But if you're constantly on, you're constantly alert, you're in high beta, and you can't sustain this high beta framework for very long without the stress turning into chronic stress. That turns into depression, that turns into anxiety and burnout. So we have to learn to balance that. And with this very simple technique of heartfulness, we just calm our mind, we relax, we connect with the heart. And with time, that's the game changer, because our mind slows down, the connection with the heart increases. This beautiful balance begins to take place. So tomorrow, everyone will have the chance to experience this relaxation and this heart connection with the meditation. My participation, I'm just enjoying it and participating quietly from my home. So I don't have an active role tomorrow, but my heart is there, and really looking forward to being part of it.
I'll ask the same question.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I'll ask the same question I asked Shashankji. I mean, so many different dignitaries, I mean, different people from different professions are coming together. I mean, including Daji, who is the guide for heartfulness, Deepak Chopra, B.K. Shivani, and Dr. Bruce Lipton and others. I mean, how is this, converging of various idiosyncrasies? What will it result in tomorrow, or how is it going to impact peace in the world, and especially because it is International Day of Peace tomorrow? What is the bigger picture?
Great question. To make a cosmic shift in this world, we need to create a mass of people quieting their minds, meditating, and making that change just through changing and increasing and raising their vibration. So world peace doesn't happen just from one person per se. It's at an individual level. And as Shashank beautifully talked about, we have to create peace with ourselves. But when we do that, it impacts the family, it impacts our neighborhood, it impacts our communities. From there, it's going to impact a national level and a world level. So by having all these people from all these different traditions and practices and professions come together, not only are they bringing in their audiences, right? So the secular crowd that might love Phil Jackson from the Bulls or from the Lakers, they might be interested in learning about meditation. Or as you mentioned, Dr. Bruce Lipton, wow, what a great thinker. That Biology of Belief book is phenomenal. And he's got a huge audience that might not meditate, but they are very much interested in change. It could be from a scientific perspective. Dr. Chopra, he's been on the meditation field for decades now. So first of all, this opens up our audience to a global level. And I think that's super important. One thing with this International Day of Peace, we used to do this at the local level. So in Los Angeles, we would have a small local event. 20, 30 people might come together. We might share in music, meditate together. But with this quarantine, one positive thing that's coming out of this is people are stuck at home. But because of that, we are able to bring the world together. Think about this. This event is happening. We're coming together at 9 p.m. globally, each time zone. It's like the Olympic torch going from continent to continent to continent. We're going to be meditating for peace at 9 o'clock around the world, all aspects of humanity, all different continents, all different nations, all different languages, calming our mind, relaxing our body, connecting with our heart. That is a tremendous opportunity for change and to develop real peace in humanity. So I do think, just to answer your question, this various range of people and esteemed leaders coming together, I think it's an opportunity to put aside any ego we might have about our own individual practice and really come together for humanity. It's really important.
That part as well struck me.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
9 p.m. Okay.
There you go.
That's so wonderful about you in talking about heartfulness and meditations and tomorrow's event, and the way you are carrying yourself. I don't know how you're managing time with your profession and managing so many corporate programs and heartfulness. And especially one thing which struck me is the thing you said, everyone meditating at the same time, 9 p.m. I wanted to ask you that question. Does that make an impact, like meditating in a group or everyone at one time? How does that work?
There's a dynamic energy shift when at least two people come together to meditate. When two hearts come together, it's exponentially. So think about this. If there's 1,000 people meditating or 50,000 people meditating together, now our goal, 40 million people coming together globally. Think of that vibration, that thought that's holistically comes together as one. It can make an impact. And there's been studies that show the impact not only of prayer, but on meditation. There was an interesting study that took place regarding crime in Washington, D.C. when people meditated for peace, and they saw the crime rate drop. So that's statistically proven. But I think when we come together silently around peace, we have to watch the change unfold. It's not linear. So there are quantum shifts that take place, and we really don't understand how that happened. But with faith and devotion towards this ideal of peace, we have that thought and then let it go, let it reverberate out, change will happen.
We can't hear you, Andy Sharath garu. We can't hear you.
So I think the issue is that when you start speaking, you have to start loud so that the mic starts picking you up. Yeah.
That was brilliant, Chris. I never had this idea that that the energy waves coalesce and bring great shifts, especially quantum shifts in the world. I mean, that is very novel to me, and definitely it will entice a lot of audience who are not involved in any spiritual practice. That will trigger something in their heart and bring about a change. At least plant a seed in them to start following the path of spirituality and change their lives forever. That was wonderful. That was so helpful, Chris. Thank you so much for this lovely message before the day of peace. And Ricky, welcome back. Tomorrow you're part of International Day of Peace with Heartfulness and UN. And incidentally, it's the 75th year of inception for both organizations. And what is your contribution tomorrow? How much excitement do you have? And tell me your impetus and tell me your feelings about tomorrow and your excitement.
Of course, I'm quite excited about tomorrow because I've heard so much about it, but I'm not the right person to ask about what's going to happen because I'm not part of the organizers. I just recently got into the fold I think about 10 or 11 days ago. So yeah, so I do not know much about what's happening tomorrow, but I'm excited to see what's happening tomorrow.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tell me your association with Heartfulness and your meditation practices, which help you.
So the association with Heartfulness, as I mentioned, has just been for about 10 or 11 days. So it's been quite a short period, but it feels like it's been for a longer time. I think I've met some really, really amazing people during these days, and I felt really bad that I haven't heard of this organization before this, and now I really, really want to get more and more involved. And I think as I said, met some really, really wonderful people. About meditation, again, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I do not meditate as such. But I'm very eager to try it out, and I'm very eager to try out the Heartfulness meditation practices. But at the same time, again, I'm a musician, so for me, the creation process itself of music, me sitting down in the studio, I'm currently in my studio. The creation process itself is meditation, irrespective of whether I'm making Hindustani classical music, or I'm making rap music, or I'm making heavy metal music. Every form of music for me is a form of meditation, because I believe that, that's the power of music. And performing on stage for me is meditation, and even listening to music for that matter, for me, the listening process itself of music is meditation. And another meditation process for me, I mean, that this may be blasphemy when I say this, but, watching comedy shows, for me, that itself is meditation, because that itself is something that, brings peace to me, and it sort of unclutters my mind, and it unclutters the stress which is in my mind. And what I love about what's going to happen tomorrow mainly is that it's a huge community-based event. And, as Christopher put it very correctly, there is huge power in numbers, and I've always believed that. And that's the reason why, from time immemorial, whenever something powerful has to happen, it always happens in big numbers. Like for example, concerts. Being a musician, I perform. I love performing to intimate audiences of 50 or 100 people also. But for me, the greatest power comes in when I perform to large audiences, like to about 50,000 people or 80,000 people in an arena. The power is, it's indescribable, the feeling that you get, and the feeling that the audience gets of having this community-based experience of listening to music. And I'm 100% certain that it would be the same experience when it comes to meditation. And from a layman's perspective, I can say that even watching a movie in a theater has got a different experience, because it's a community-based experience. Protests and activism always happens in large numbers, because there is great power when it comes to numbers. So that is what. So I'm very excited about tomorrow, and I'm very excited about that the fact that this has been done that this has been done, and it's continuing to be done on World Peace Day, because even though every day is supposed to be a World Peace Day, and one should not differentiate a day from another, but nevertheless, it's nice to have this one day where you can call World Day of Peace, simply because then all of us can forget about everything else and celebrate peace on this particular day. So congratulations to Heartfulness, and I believe that it's going to be a very powerful day tomorrow.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Ricky. I second with your words that it need not be one day that is International Peace Day. Each day or each moment should be filled with peace, and that's how it should be. And though we are signifying one day as International Day of Peace, peace has to become your second nature. That's what you're saying. Definitely, it was there in the corner of my mind, but you kind of brought it to the surface of my mind as well. So definitely, I will imbibe this in my life too, which is a beautiful message which I'm taking away from this show today. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Ricky. And I'm going back to Krishna ji. Krishna ji, welcome back. And give me more details of tomorrow, and give me your experience. Initially I want you to tell about your lovely association with Heartfulness, and then go about tomorrow's event more. How things will go about.
Yeah, so I will briefly explain my association with Heartfulness. But about tomorrow's event, actually, it's a peace day. Generally, if you look at the United Nations Charter on the Peace Day, it generally calls for the peace between the countries, between the societies, right? But in this year, especially, we are going through an unprecedented environment, and every human being needs a peace to pass through this environment we are in today. So this brings in meditation a more needy to cope up with current anxiety, fear, anger, stress levels. So it's actually a solution for all of us, not only the people who are practicing in different platforms, but every human being who is going through, who are passing through this environment, should at least consider to meditate and see how it affects individually to each of us, how it helps us to cope up with this COVID environment. So it's actually a wonderful opportunity, and there's nothing really that one has to lose in trying. Heartfulness practices, all heartfulness practices are free. There's no charge involved, and they can meditate from wherever they are, whenever they are, and whatever the time they have, convenient for them. So all we ask is a willingness, and try it out, and look at yourself, look the feeling within you, and sense the feeling. And then if you like it, you continue. If you don't like it, you can drop it as well. So it's actually, I believe truly that it helps every individual in the current environment especially. So I encourage all viewers of Manna TV, TV5 to make use of this opportunity and they don't have to spend any money. Like Chris said, he likes the bill, so it's free. So everybody can try. So my association, I was originally not, strong believer in meditation or anything like that, but I have known about this meditation practice since my childhood. My mom used to practice heartfulness meditation practice. So I got associated with a trainer in the US when my mom was visiting our home. So I used to take her to what we call as a guided classes, one-on-one class with a trainer. And so I got to know the trainer, and the trainer one day asked me, anyway, you're coming here, why don't you try it out? If you like, you can continue. If you don't like it, you can stop when your mom leaves back to India. So I kind of liked that, and then I started. And first 1 year, I didn't take it very serious, but then after that, I started seeing something within me, a spark. And that has changed my perception of meditation, my perception of heartfulness, and it has brought an enormous change. I can truly, honestly, bottom of my heart, tell you that it brought enormous change within me individually. So I encourage everybody to make use of this.
Wonderful message about your life, and how you were reluctant toward meditation and then jumped into it, and then finally found peace. Where you felt you will not, and then you continued it for almost. I'm just reading your introduction for more than 15 years. I mean, that's
Yes.
a long time as well. I mean, for being a meditator, and you are a certified heartfulness trainer as well. How is that journey going?
It's good. So we all I think all, except Ricky, I think all of us are trainers here. So we all volunteers, whoever come across, whoever needs help, we are always there. We rarely say no, or we rarely say we are busy for anybody who walks into our door and asks for a class, a meditation class. So it keeps us motivated also, and it helps us enormously when you hear that it has benefited somebody else as well.
Correct. Before I conclude this program, just say farewell to all the viewers. Because it was such a lovely association with all four of you guys now. Just Krishna ji, tell me. I mean, I see on the flyer this is called 40 million connecting for peace. Can you just tell me about this?
Yes, so if you go to our website, heartfulness.org/peace day, and you will see that I believe we are almost close to 20 million as of now, and we hope that it's a global, and we thought we'll bring 40 million together, 20 plus 20, that's how 40 million came together. So, and we are confident that it will reach much more than 40 million. 20 million is already registered. We have number of social media channels that are live casting tomorrow in more than 100 countries, and we believe that it will reach much more than 40 million people.
Wonderful. I mean, I'm pretty sure it will reach those people, because you guys are, working really hard and very diligent in spreading the word of peace and your spiritual practices from heartfulness, and associating with you guys. I'm absorbing your vibrations, and thank you for that. I'm feeling peaceful now. At the beginning of the program, I thought, how am I going to do this? Because it's just a day or two, but we have already become friends now, just talking around, and all of us. I'm feeling as if this itself is like a meditation to me. Listening to your beautiful words, and also incidentally, it's the 75th year of inception for both United Nations and Heartfulness. What are your words on this, Krishna ji?
No, I mean, we have been fortunate, as you mentioned, that this institution has been around for 75 years. And the technique we used came from ancient Raja Yoga tradition. It's not new, but it's been rediscovered by our Guruji, Ramchandraji, we call them Babuji. So it's been around. Most of us who are from India, we know these techniques. We learned from scriptures, and it's just that one has to pay attention and see how we experience these for our own individual benefit, not for anybody else. This is not something we can force anybody. It has to be individually driven or individually motivated or individually felt. My feeling may be different from how you feel. So it's totally individual based. And if you dive into deep, there are so many things we can discover. And it's not a material benefit, but I can tell you that you will love it, and it's not something you can gain from any of your material life.
Very, very insightful.
And we also thank the viewers of Mana TV and TV5, and thank you for inviting us, and thank you for live broadcasting tomorrow of our event in the US and across the world on your channel.
Thank you for giving everyone this opportunity from Heartfulness and UN to experience peace and beyond in their lives, because as I've already said, and as Chris as well said, that these times are tough times, and so much of anxiety, stress, and distress is going around, and a lot of people have no clue how to handle these things. And through this program, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, because you said it's a free program, a lot of people who will tune in will get benefited. I mean, we'll take a lot of nuggets from these lovely guests of tomorrow who are involved in spirituality in one way or the other. All the author, all the spiritualists, all the professionals who are going to give a collective message of peace. And as well, I thank all of you, Krishna ji, Shashank ji, Chris, and Ricky, for giving your unique, unprecedented message of peace today and talking about tomorrow. And it was so beautiful,
Thank you.
and it was
I just would
so much
like
of
to
a
add
learning
one
experience for me.
Just a
Yes,
quick
Shashank,
addition to what
please go ahead.
Krishna ji said. I think in the past few years, Daji has made so much effort in demystifying the whole process of meditation, and even getting people from so many spheres to come and experience meditation more freely. And I think this has given a lot of impetus to this whole thing, because a lot of them are pretty apprehensive in the beginning, to belong to a group and being more, bracketed into a group. But that is now a thing of the past. I think Daji has demystified meditation and made it so simple and more approachable for a lot of people, which has made it very, very popular at the moment. I'm sure people will benefit a great deal tomorrow joining everyone. And as Ricky just mentioned, as musicians, we always see the benefit of a huge audience, which is always inspiring. And I'm sure I felt the same thing when I've meditated with 1 lakh people or 2 lakh people, as much as I've performed for similar audiences. So it's exactly the same. So the more the number, the better it gets. So.
Wonderful. I mean, this is, kind of elevating the message of peace to the next level, Shashankji. And I mean, thank you so much. This is going to millions of viewers on Mana TV International, TV5, and Mana TV. So I know people are picking up different aspects for their life. I mean, even if they don't attend tomorrow, I don't know how many will attend. I'm pretty sure there will be in millions. Even if they're not going to attend tomorrow, probably your message will be instrumental. But I request all who are watching this to join in for tomorrow's lovely event. And Chris, can you give us your final words for our television viewers so that they can be benefited?
First of all, I just want to give a warm invitation and welcome to the Mana TV and TV5 viewers. This is a unique opportunity in our time to have this many people come together collectively to pray and meditate for peace, starting with inner peace and evolving to world peace. So join us and let's meditate together. Thank you, Shirab.
Ricky, kindly give us your message of peace and love to our Mana TV and TV5 viewers.
So I'm basically an environmentalist from the heart, and you can have any number of conversations with me about many things. The conversation always goes back to the environment and climate change and things like that. So I would say that, my message to everybody, as I said, is basically coexist with life, coexist with nature, and I would say that, on this World Peace Day, along with being part of this amazing event, just try and make a concentrated effort to consume less. That's all. Lead a more simple life. Just consume less of everything, because people always ask that, what can I do, when it comes to climate change? What can I do, when it comes to deforestation? What can I do when it comes to air pollution? And the answer is always very simple, that, instead of waiting for somebody else to make a difference, you can make a difference within your own life. And the one thing that you can do is, whatever you consume of everything, whether it's food, whether it's water, whether it's fossil fuels, whether it's petrol, whether it is travel, or clothes, just consume less of everything, and you will contribute very strongly to making this world a better place for everyone and everything.
Beautiful message, Ricky. I mean, it boils down definitely to mindfulness, consuming less, and everything is like, I mean, you're being very alert and aware of what you're doing moment to moment, having an awareness of everything you're doing. And, definitely that even I will incorporate. Thank you so much for addressing this lovely message to our television. And with that, friends, we have Ricky, Shashankji, Krishnaji, and Chris, two lovely musicians, two amazing heartfulness trainers, technologists, and corporate heads of different organizations. And I don't know how time flew. It's almost 1 hour, and I thought, we are going to wind up soon, but I mean, time just flew, and it took a lovely flight of sorts for peace tomorrow. So friends, tomorrow is International Day of Peace again, as mentioned. There is a lovely collaboration by Heartfulness and UN tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the flyer will be on this message as well. And I especially thank Sanjay Saigal for giving me this opportunity and orchestrating and as well coordinating for tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys will tune in to listen to the lovely insights of those giants who will be talking and meditating and spreading their words of wisdom and their pearls of wisdom tomorrow. And this recording as well will be replayed on September 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all Mana TV viewers as well, so that they can enjoy this program, gain a lot of insights, gain a lot of wisdom, and move forward with lovely impetus in their life. And with that, I conclude this program. Thank you so much for watching this show.
Thank you, Sharad.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
I hope I was fine. Thank you. Thank you, Krishnaji.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bane
Sharad.
vachina?
Yeah, బాగా వచ్చింది.
అంటే
It's
నేను
nice.
బానే,
Yeah, very good. It's good.
ఎందుకంటే నాకు అంత టైం దొరకలేదు కదా.
Yeah,
సో
yeah.
నేను అది ఆ పైన చూసుకున్నా, అంటే నిన్న నైట్ అంతా చూసుకున్నాను, ఎందుకంటే వీళ్ళందరూ ఉన్నారు కదా,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
రిక్కీ అండ్ వాళ్ళు గ్రామీ విన్నర్లు, అలా వచ్చింది నా మైండ్ లో. అందుకే బట్
It is good. It came out nice.
అండ్
Yeah.
ఇంకేమైనా ఏదైనా చెప్పండి, ఇంకేదైనా ఉంటే. ఐ మీన్, డిడ్ ఐ మిస్ ఎనీథింగ్?
Chris, did Sharath missed anything?
No, not at all. I thought they were great questions. I thought we covered all the highlights. No, really, really nice.
It was good. Your voice, we can't hear you.